Hi, Phil here, the Ordinary Watch Guy. I'm an ordinary guy, but the watches are always special. Let's get on to another video about our favourite hobby, collecting and admiring beautiful watches. This week I wanted to do another watch focus, and this time we're going to be looking at my faithful Oris Aquis Date Relief. Oris is a brand that you might be well aware of, you ought to be really, I guess. They have a great reputation for the work that they do supporting the oceans and seas, and they also have a playful aspect building things into their watch design, like the Kermit Special Edition Pro Pilot X. Oris are one of the very few big independent watchmakers. They bought back their independence from the Swatch Group, or what was the predecessor to the Swatch Group, after the quartz crisis had hit in that 1970s to 1980s period, end of the 1970s. The rebirth of Oris began in the 1980s, and it was bought out by its own management. From there, it has done more than survive. It has rallied to become what we now know to be a very fashionable, independent watch house that has unique styles and branding and a dedication to 100% mechanical movements. The Aquis is a dive watch brought to market originally in 2011. It has a modern, contemporary take on the dive watch concept. If you know your watches, you're not going to see an Oris Aquis and confuse it for something else. Hello, Bessie. Okay. There you go, puppy. Go on, off you go. Thank you very much. Yes, I've owned and worn this watch frequently since I bought it over a year ago, and I want to take you through the pluses and the minuses as I see them through experienced ownership. What's the good news? Well, this watch is great for so many reasons. There's a lot to like about the Oris Aquis, and first of all, buying one, the price point is a bit of a bargain really. Originally MSRP for about £1,900, but you can easily find this piece for £1,300 brand new or slightly less in the secondary market. The difference in price that I've observed in the second-hand market doesn't make it worth buying second-hand actually, but each to their own. The lowest I've seen this watch is about £1,000, but that watch was abroad and you'd end up paying another £200 in VAT for bringing it into the UK. So for another £100 you can have an absolutely brand new piece. For £1,300 you're getting a lot of watch though. One of the things that I love immediately is the large dial, easy readability, and the pop of the red second hand against the dark grey background of the dial. It has white hands and markers which are very legible and complemented with excellent lume. It has a superb bezel action which is a benchmark for the price point really. It's super grippy, lovely noise, perfect texture. The screw down crown feels high quality, has the Oris logo stamped on it, and is a really firm and positive experience. You're not guessing how far you've pulled it out, you know exactly what you're doing with it. It's wonderful to use. Flipping the watch over, you get the famous red rotor that Oris have made their own. A windowed case back gives you the mechanism behind sapphire crystal. The bracelet is outstanding, smooth, chunky, very solid. Brushed steel center links are flanked by polished steel outer links, and it manages to carry it off without being too much or feeling dull. The clasp has 3 points of micro adjustment, although it's a bit fiddly and you'll need to use tools to access that micro adjustment. No on-the-fly adjustment here, sadly. The clasp itself isn't fiddly. The clasp itself is very easy to use. Big firm click, 2 buttons at either side, makes it feel very, very secure. There's also a diver extension for wetsuits, should you be one of those people who decides to take this watch into the natural watery environment that it was designed for. It's a comfortable wear, and I've never had problems getting a decent fit on my wrist. The overall build quality of this watch is outstanding, and you feel the quality every time you pick it up. Although the dial is a whopping 43.5 millimeters, it doesn't wear like that at all because the lugs are very compact. My wrist is somewhere between 7.25, 7.5 inches, and I'm more than happy with the fit of this piece. Obviously, if you've got a small and you've got a dainty wrist, this might not be the watch for you. I'm not a person who wears watches to draw compliments, but I have been complimented on the Oris more than once. It's an eye-catching piece and it has a lot of wrist presence. I have mine on the bracelet obviously, but I'm tempted to invest in a rubber strap to try it out because they look great on rubber, as these images tend to demonstrate. I tend to wear my Oris Aquis when I'm feeling a bit more confident, a bit more extrovert. It doesn't get a huge amount of time in circulation. It's more likely to find time on a weekend at an event, or if I was dressed up to go to something a bit more swanky. Okay, so what are the downsides? After more than a year of ownership, what criticism can I offer to this watch? Well, not much really. I would suggest that this is a chunky piece. I've laid it side by side with a Rolex Sea Dweller Deep Sea, and while the Oris was slightly less thick, it wasn't a big margin, and swapping between the two watches was very comparable. Checking the stats, the Aquis Date Relief is 165 grams. That's a big chunk of watch, and a little bit less than a Sea Dweller Deep Sea, which is 212 grams. It's a lot of watch, and you can feel it on your wrist. If you're a watch collector who likes to keep things dainty, this isn't the watch for you. Aside from that, let's look at the movement. It's not bad, but if you're buying an Aquis, be careful. The Date Relief model has the caliber .733 movement. Not at all bad, with a +7, -12 seconds per day accuracy. And for the money, that's pretty good. It has 38 hours of power reserve. That could be a little bit better. And generally, I am looking for more than 40 hours of power reserve myself. The Aquis is available with the superior caliber 400 movement, though, and that really is something to write home about, with 5 days of power reserve, +3, -5 seconds of accuracy daily, and a 10-year warranty. The caliber 400 movement upgrade also gets you the upgraded clasp, which does have on-the-fly adjustment too. So you have to weigh these benefits against the fact that the caliber 400 model is coming in at around £2,900 MSRP, although I have seen them available for $2,590, and you should always feel comfortable asking for that, even if you don't see them marked up as such. Is there anything else that I can knock about this watch? Well, because of the way that the lugs are, you're not going to find it easy to replace the strap. If you like strap shopping, the Aquis has specific needs, and either you're going to have to get very good with a craft knife, or you'll end up paying a little bit more. Overall, do I recommend this watch? Yes, I do. Oris are a great organisation, a fabulous brand, and they feel like the antidote to the stuffy seriousness of the Rolex situation that takes itself so seriously, putting people on lists and making people wait, and some of the snobbery that's out there. They are undoubtedly a piece of luxury without being eye-watering, sell the children extravagance. And the build quality and the feel of the piece is absolutely up there with the best that I have and that I've handled. In the fullness of time, I think I probably will expand my Oris collection, because I'm also a huge admirer of the Pro Pilot X and the Big Crown Pointer Date. I think overall everything in the Oris catalogue seems great value to me. £1,300 for a watch this good? Yes, please. I bought it I've never regretted it. Are you an Oris fan? Let me know in the comments below if you own an Oris piece and how you found the experience. If you're contemplating an Aquis Date Relief or an Aquis 400 caliber and you want to ask some questions, hit me in the comments and I'll happily respond. Alternatively, if there's a watch that you'd like me to do a watch focus on, please let me know and we'll get that sorted out for you. Next week, I'm going to be testing my terrible French language skills in the boutiques and watch emporiums of one of Europe's most beautiful cities, Paris. So make sure you catch my video touring those spectacular watches and we'll see what we can find out there. Let me know in the comments if there's something that you'd like me to hunt down. Don't forget to help me out by clicking the like button, leaving a comment, and of course hitting subscribe. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's chosen to subscribe over the last month. You've no idea what that means to me. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.